What's going
So
on,
it's
Coach Michael? Oh, hold on. Let me mute my YouTube. There we go. Forgot to mute that a second ago.
everything's great. Everything is great.
Good
Back,
deal.
ready to get back to it.
Absolutely. Gonna be a fun week. Anything exciting over the weekend for you?
Not too much. We went to the zoo. My daughter's a little bit older now. She'll be 3 in November, so we've gone
Yeah.
twice already. But this is the first time that she can go and actually understand what's going on.
That's cool. That's cool. They got a pretty nice zoo there.
Yeah, it's called Crococon Zoo. It's pretty sweet. We got all the crocodiles,
Okay.
monkeys,
Yeah.
snakes, all of the cool stuff. Some of the coatis, some of the stuff that's only animals that live here, of course. I'm gonna pull up a picture here in a second, but yeah, that was pretty
Nice.
much it. We
Yeah.
just went to the zoo, did a lot of relaxing, not too
Mhm.
much. I had like a side project that we've been working on, so I wanted to wrap that up.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it.
That's
What about you? How was your weekend?
same thing. Just relaxed. I don't think I even opened a chart yesterday. I was kind of keeping an eyeball on Bitcoin Friday night. That's when normally I'll go to my girlfriend's on Saturday evening, but this time I told
Uh-huh.
her, now that I got my Sunday shows, let's meet up on Fridays. Give me an extra day to rest in between. So yeah,
Right,
I spent like
right.
5 minutes eyeballing Bitcoin because it had dropped into a zone that I was kind of interested in. She gave me the stink eye, like, quit looking at charts. So I put it down.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't really like the price action on it. So yeah, I just let it go. And yeah, yesterday I didn't open a single chart. Just spent the day relaxing, catching up on a bunch of YouTube stuff. Watched some try not to laugh videos, testing my will on that. That was a good time. But no, it was just
Yeah.
I knew that especially with today and probably most of the day tomorrow, it's going to be interesting just to kind of see
Mhm.
how all the news shakes out from last week because it was a big week, obviously for U.S. data, right? So
Yeah,
um,
for sure.
probably going to open the market today and even probably part of, or if not most of tomorrow, to where it kind of needs to figure out a trend. So let everybody
Yeah,
kind of
figure out what's
shake
going on.
things out, find a trend, and latch on, by Tuesday.
For sure.
So that's kind of my thoughts. I mean, I was looking at this week, Michael. We don't have a whole lot as far as U.S. data
And
goes.
I'm glad. I'm
Yeah,
happy
me too.
about that because that means less trades that I'm going to get messed up on.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think I
just
told you last week on AUD CAD, I held that trade, which again, I normally don't do. Small amount of
yeah.
trades I swing, and that one I did. And long story short, it got me right at that. I want to say it was PMI news on AUD CAD, I
PMI. Yeah,
believe.
we'll see.
I'm like, man, I still lost literally less than a quarter on it, but to be honest, I was actually up like almost a quarter. So the fact that
Mm-hmm.
it even happened was like, man, I
Yep.
messed up on that one. I'm like, all right, Mike. When I did my session earlier today with my group, I'm like, look, we need to, mainly my partner James, I mentioned to you. I'm like, look, going into next week, since we've been swinging a few trades, we need to make sure that we are not, because normally I just look at news in a day, right? Like 8:30 news, anything before 8:30, 9, 10, before 12, and that's kind of it. But
Yeah.
to think about 6 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Eastern, 8, 9, 10 Eastern, I'm not too privy to look at stuff like that because I don't really swing trades like that.
Yeah.
So that was my main thing coming into this week, which was to make sure that I was on point this week. If I decided to swing anything, is to make sure I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Just want to say what's up, Investogenics. How you doing, my friend?
hey, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, yeah, if you guys have any charts or any questions about the news last week, the news this upcoming week, anything like that, let us know. Um, yeah,
Right.
so yeah, I'm right there with you, Michael. A lot of excitement last week. This week, we just have Tuesday's PMI data for the U.S. for the services sector.
Right.
That's Tuesday, 9 a.m. Central. And then Thursday, we've got the normal weekly unemployment claims. So that's it. I think this will be a fun week because we get to see how things
No,
shake
for
out
sure.
from last week. We can
Yeah.
find a
We should
trend and
definitely
just
get some
latch on
gains
like
this
I said.
week.
Yeah, and then just going back to add the rest of the currencies on here, I was looking to see. I know we had one rate decision. I think that was for, what was that for the year? Yeah, the British pound on Thursday rate decision, and they're expected to drop their rate 5 basis points.
Okay.
We'll be on shore at that time too. It'll be 6 a.m. Central on Thursday. So
Perfect.
yeah,
Nice.
we got that, and then
Kansas.
Yeah. It's times like this for big banks and institutions. Just so everybody knows, I mean, they're looking to kind of price this thing in, right? So, I mean, obviously, when that happens, is so long as they drop at the 4% or the 25 basis points, and we should see it drop. But as always, they'll just start spiking it on both sides, right? So.
Right.
But yeah,
absolutely.
that's kind of the mindset that they have, is kind of pricing it in so they could start their selling now. And it wouldn't surprise me because the British pound is one of the weaker ones.
That I mentioned.
The what moves? I'm sorry.
That trap move, right? Like just get everything going, and kind of make that first hesitation move, and then run the other way. Like this is that for sure. That news and getting into it. Fresh new month. Always keep that in mind too. First day of a new month, trading day. Minus Friday. Friday was NFP, so not, kind of not counting Friday. But today would be, that very first day, especially tomorrow, kind of getting everything going. So I'm excited for the week. Like, really, I actually got a whole goal. Like, I want to see at least a decent return percentage-wise this week, because you pretty much got everything pretty. So we'll see how it all turns out.
Yeah, we got more information. So.
Right. So I did want to, I guess I'll show these pics really quick. I did just send myself some pics to kind of show them. And then I want to show a trade that I took on Friday. Again, I normally don't trade NFP, but I did because, again, I mentioned on the stream, I said, only if it sets up perfectly at 9 o'clock will I take a trade on NFP, which it did. And I had to take advantage of it. The execution was flawless. Right.
Nice.
So I want to mention that too here. Let me see if I can pull these pics up really quick. Back in, if we can get my screen up really quick. I'm sharing my whole screen, so I should be able to go right into it. Let me see. Yeah, I believe I can. Okay, cool. So yeah, let me share my screen here. And then we'll get into some charts. Just showing some cool stuff really quick. This is the Mexico life here in Puerto Morelos.
That's great.
Right.
That's great. While your picture's coming up, we got a penguin exhibit here in the Kansas City Zoo, and I still haven't been. I want to get there to check that one out for sure. I like those little critters. They just kind of march right past you, and they're in line, and from destination to destination. I saw some videos of it, so it's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah. Gotta get my girl. Well, it's so big. We went once last summer, and we made it through half of it, and that was it because it was so hot. We made it through the first half. We're like, all right, we'll have to save the other half for another time. So that's coming up.
Right. No, I love it. Okay, cool. Let me know when you can see this.
Yeah, let's see what we got here.
Let me see. I thought I was sharing my whole screen here. Let me know you can see this. If I can get my screen pulled up here, that'd be great. I'll share my whole screen.
Discord?
Yes.
Discord?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
Yeah, the pics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pics. We need pics.
Right. I'm just trying to show the pics here. That's all.
There we go.
Cool. This is one of the little animals that was there. I thought that was pretty cool. This is me, yours truly, holding a little baby crocodile.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, that's the best.
Right?
Best time to hold them before
they
grow up.
Yeah. The only time that you can actually hold them before they grow up,
right? Right. Nice.
Got to see a little monkey up there. Another one's kind of hanging out. Thought that was cool. The big boy.
Well, there he is.
They got a whole pit we can walk through this thing. Another one is kind of hanging out in the water.
Nice.
Another little just
Is
kind
that
of
a
laying
cheetah?
out. But yeah,
Or cheetah, leopard?
it's some other type of animal. To be honest, it was such a difficult
Oh,
name.
okay.
I didn't even know how to pronounce it.
Oh, okay. Must be a
Right.
distant cousin. Oh,
Right,
that's
something
great.
like that.
That's pretty cool.
Real cool.
Oh,
All right, that's pretty much it. Let me just jump into the charts here, guys. Just want to. That's how my weekend went. Had a good time with
nice.
everybody, so that was awesome.
Good stuff.
So cool. Jumping right into it, as I mentioned, I typically don't trade NFP except if my setup happens right at my time, which it basically did. Right. So, and it's actually crazy how it happens, Tiger, because I literally don't even watch the charts too much on NFP day. Like I'll look at it a little bit and I kind of walk away. But when I saw this, I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, in fact, I actually mentioned this setup in our session. And I said, if this sets up, I'll consider taking it. But I didn't expect the setup like this. So I definitely took it.
Yeah.
Right. So this was really, really a really, really good setup, actually. And on top of that, the coolest thing about it is, as you can see, this is the pound. I was ready to short some pound pairs based off your
Yep.
bias with everything. So I
Nice.
was excited to take one of these pound pairs short, to say the least.
That's the
But
best
yeah, kind
one
of getting
too.
right into it.
The pound Swiss.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
it was
minus
awesome.
17, Michael. Minus 17 right now.
What? 17. Oh
Minus
man.
17 on the fundamental sentiment. Yeah. Needless to say, that's my
Oh
number one
man.
pair to watch this week.
Wow. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm glad to even hear that. And I can
Yeah.
even see the next trade coming in here. In fact, so I just want to mention that too.
Nice.
But yeah, this was really awesome. Obviously, we have that first, as I always say, 1350 cross is level one, right? So 1350 cross level one, and then you're looking for that bounce off the 50, right? Let me make this a little larger. I got glass, I can still barely see that. A little larger.
Well,
All right, cool. That's much better. All right, just bounce off the 50. But something that was super interesting that I really, really just jumped on. When I tell you the execution on this was to the pip, and this is where market structure really comes in at. The 50
mhm.
cross, I knew I was in level one. I'm looking for that bounce off the 50. Now keep in mind, level two happens when the 5200 cross, right? So this was right on the line. I mean, right on it. It was so close that I only put on a half a position for this, for one, because again, it was NFP day, but I didn't want to overdo it on a Friday either. So, but yeah, once we
Right.
got the 5200 cross, we're in level two. We'll look at M off the 200, right? So this was the next move in the cycle. And lo and behold, what do we have here? We have this small but there M structure where we went above, right? Closed below, went back above, and closed below. Now you couldn't take it here because the 4 hour confirmation didn't happen yet. So I wish I
Mhm.
could have took it here. Couldn't have. I was only able to take it after this candle closed, which was right here, right? Because this is when the 9 o'clock candle happens. So you see, it's 8
Yeah.
Central but 9 EST,
Yeah.
right? So I couldn't take this as much as I wanted to take it up here, right? I would have broke the rules, especially on
That's the
NFP and on
rule.
a
Yep.
Friday. No,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. So you got to be patient, right? So I knew I can take it here. And I told myself, I'm like, okay, I know exactly what pullback area I want. It's a lot of volatility in the market today. I want to make sure I can get in a good position. And I aim for this right here, this area right here.
Mhm.
So I pulled this up. If you look at this,
Right to the T.
look at that entry. Look at that
Can't
entry.
make this up.
I can't make this stuff. I literally can't. It does this all on its own. I just show up here every day. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Stocks went right above this point. I had a decent. I had the aim at the target was pretty much where's this over here. So barely a
Mhm.
1 for 1, but it did get it right. I took this
Yeah.
trade, literally smashed it in less than an hour. As you can see, one candle, it came up, pulled right down, right? It was pretty much right there. Actually, I think this was 2 hours. It seemed like it was 1 hour, but I think it was 2 hours tops because this next green
Mhm.
one came down and took out the position. But it was quick. It happened super quick. In fact, I can pull up my alerts here. TP smacked, as you can see. So look
You'd be
from
smacked.
yeah. This is how you know you can't make this up, right? So 9:37 is where I moved my stop loss to break even, and at 9:50, so 13 minutes later, it hit TP.
Nice. That's the best way. When it happens immediately, it doesn't
Yeah,
take half a day or all day.
all right. So absolutely awesome. You can even see this thing opened up even lower, right? So
Yeah.
now it's kind of hitting a bit lower, but yeah, awesome trade last week. This was golden, golden,
Yeah.
golden, golden, like a golden setup on NFP Friday,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And if you
It
can check
helped.
this out too, yeah,
An NFP
let's check
helped the
this out.
pound.
M top,
Yeah.
right?
GM.
If this isn't the same structure I draw all the time, I mean, I don't know what is.
Oh yeah. It's tattooed
Right?
in my brain by now.
Same structure. Boom. Sweet
Very
spots
cool.
right here. Right at that level. Right?
That's it.
Same
That is
exact thing.
it.
Every
Yeah.
single
That's it. Well, that's good. I'm
right?
glad you made money off selling the pound. Yeah, I ended up closing my trade too,
I'm glad
Michael.
you mentioned
The
it.
huh? Yeah,
I
yeah.
said I'm glad you mentioned it.
Yeah, well, and nothing's changed. I mean, this week, yeah, you still got the pound as one as the pound Swiss minus 17, pound Jap minus 12, pound New Zealand minus 12, pound CAD minus 9. So those are the four strongest, and then pound dollar minus 7, pound Aussie minus 5, and then the euro pound, which is
Right.
the opposite end of it, is a plus 9. So yeah, nothing has changed.
Gotcha.
I mean, all that data, the NFP. I mean, the NFP basically you could tell everybody was waiting on NFP just by looking at how all the markets reacted. I mean, it really
Right.
helped my euro pound trade a lot. Like it just because obviously, I don't know. It was just crazy how much everything flew. And I would have thought
No,
it
I
would have
seen it.
flown even more with the rate decisions and everything, but NFP, that was it. So
Hmm.
yeah, it actually helped me on my trade too. I ended up closing my euro pound out, which I'll show on the chart here in just a moment. I think it was about a 2.5 to 1, but yeah, I got the heck out, man. It bounced like $1,000 on my other broker in like an hour and a half. So I
Yeah,
thought, well,
you gotta
I'm
love
going to
that.
stop while I'm ahead. Got Friday. I mean, you got the weekend coming up. I'm taking my profits and running. So I think the
Right.
magnet helps because I put the magnet on my chart
I
trying to
saw
suck up price.
it. Right.
So, but no, good
No, good
stuff,
addition
man.
for sure. For
Good
sure, good
stuff.
addition.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, yeah, that was how my Friday looked out. As
Nice.
far as this week, literally, I don't even come to the markets again on Sundays until around now. To be totally honest, around
Yeah.
6, that's kind of when the
Mhm.
spread kind of calms on down just a little bit, and I can kind of actively start looking for for pairs. So I will get into all of this a little bit later on the next session for sure. Kind of what
Yeah.
I'm looking at,
Okay.
but yeah, I did want to let me reshare my screen. Well, actually, you're a lot better at this than I am, to be totally honest. So I did just see kind of how, so I won't go over it in essence. I seen that you were looking at where we both mentioned it on Thursday. The news is the only day that it's. I think we got later news at like 10 on that Thursday or something.
Uh,
Um,
oh yeah, for the calendar. You talking about the
yeah, that's the
calendar?
only day
Yeah.
that I'm. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only day
Yeah. I
I'm kind
usually
of
go. I can definitely go over that.
Where we Thursday? Okay, yeah. Because I know
Yeah.
everything else looked pretty cool. Monday was pretty clear. Tuesday pretty
Mm-hmm.
clear. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Was it Tuesday? Tuesday, it looked like Tuesday on August 5th. There's ISM services PMI news at 10 Eastern. Damn, yeah, Wednesday pretty clear. Thursday, we got news at 8:30 on, 7 and 8:30 on Thursday. I'm not too worried about that. I just don't like late news.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be after 9 o'clock. That's what I don't like. So
Yeah.
only
Gotcha.
Tuesday has late news, in my opinion, which is 10 o'clock. So anything
Mm-hmm.
beyond that, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, everything is looking pretty clear. I'm gonna pop some trades. I'm
Yeah. I
excited.
mean, we'll be able to trade from a little more of a pure price, a pure supply and demand aspect. Just let the supply and demand work its magic
Exactly.
without having to
Exactly.
worry so much about all the crazy swings of the news.
For sure. That's the main thing because remember I did have that AUD CAD. I think I marked up. I put some. I don't know if this is still on here. If it is, I'll just kind of touch it really quick, then pass it on over to you. Um, did I take this off? Oh, I didn't. So let me take this off. I don't want to get too deep on this, but whoops, let me take that off too. So yeah, let me
That meowed it up.
yeah, let me get that off. I'm a chart markuper for sure. Like I just gotta
Yeah.
when I come back to the charts, I want to see it. Like, oh yeah, don't make that mistake again, right? Because
Yeah.
so just how I always do, right? When it's 5,200 cross, we had level two, had the W off the 200. I was literally looking for this move going long, right? We had the W off the 200, the up down move, and then it kind of ran up, and then we had CPI news right there. This is what got me right here. So I should have known.
Yeah.
I should have been vigilant enough to know that yeah, it's major red folder news out of all pairs. It's on AUD, and I didn't. So rookie mistake on my part, to be totally honest. Luckily, the market saved me, and I wasn't down too bad. I literally lost less than a quarter on this position, so not too bad. But I could have been up a quarter, right? So that's a
Yeah.
half a swing right there. So
Yeah.
that's where you gotta make sure you're always on point, especially if I'm gonna swing trades, which I normally don't do, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of adding a little bit of more twang to my style by even taking trades, Asia trades also in Asia session, right? If it sets
Mm-hmm.
up perfectly, everything confirms, I'll take it. Just again, a little bit less than I would normally take it. But yeah, this messed me up. This was the only real loss that I took last week was the fact that
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah. I
know
could
that
tell
this
you were.
was CP.
I could tell you were kind of stewing on it a little bit.
Yep, that kind of
It
pissed me off. I'm
happens.
like, seriously? I'm like,
Yeah.
Mike, why did you not? What would make you
This
not
is it.
do that? I'm like, oh, okay.
This is trading plan
Right.
101. How did I not know the PMI was coming
Yeah.
out? Or
Yeah.
CPI or
I'm
whatever
like,
that
what
was.
in the world?
Yeah.
Yeah, CPI, PMI, damn near same
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, major
Yeah.
red folder news that can affect your trade. I'm like, I was literally
Yeah.
up a quarter. I was not too far away from even taking partials off this position. So yeah, that threw me for a loop. So my main thing this week is what I do every week is what I did good last week, what I did bad, what I need to improve on. And this week is definitely, Mike, if you're gonna swing the trades, make sure there is no red folder news, right?
All right.
Like say CPI on AUD. So, not too bad. Still ended the week green, but the point is I could have been greener.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
And you always got to
Lesson
refine that
learned.
trading plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything else was pretty sweet. If you guys remember, I smashed this Euro NZD trade this week. Well, last week that was absolutely gorgy. This is my trade of the week right here. Right,
Mm-hmm.
everything about it was just freaking gorgeous. I marked this up. It's in my flashcards now, and yeah, this one is one for the books.
Very good. And
What's
you
that?
closed it at the bottom there. or did you keep going?
Yep, I had to take this off at the 200. No, I didn't. I took this off at the 800 EMA here.
Oh, the 800. Yeah, I see now.
Yeah, this will always be my target. 800,
Yeah.
ADR low, any EMA for the most part. Like this is the next, because my ideology is it's open from. Whoops, you're good to go from once this closed here to here. Oh dang, here to
Right.
here. Anything in between this is all you. You can take this is spread right here. This is
It's
your
the meat.
edge. All of this is right here. Yeah, that's the meat potatoes right there.
Yep.
Right when I mark up those levels, that's exactly what I'm talking about from here to here. You put whatever you
Yeah.
want to put on there with proper risk management, obviously, but that's it right there. That's the whole business with everything else you need. So that was my trade
Right
of the
on.
week. Uh, right, slipped up a little bit of AUD CAD. And then again, just to wrap it up, GF was I only put half the position on here because, as I mentioned, I don't really trade NFP unless it sets up perfectly. Even then, I still wouldn't put my full position on it. I just don't trust NFP days.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, again, as you can see, I only took 3 trades. Really, I took AUD CAD, Euro NZD, GBP CHF. Only really had 3 good setups last week.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of like me. Yeah. I mean, I think I had 2 small wins and then the one big win. But yeah, I mean, when I say small wins, it was the 1-to-1. So I moved for my free cup of coffee and then they went against me at that point. But yeah, I was focused so hard on, I mean, I said it all week, selling the pound. So yeah, I ended up hopping on that Euro pound on Tuesday because, like I always say, Tuesdays is my main day to start getting into trades. Wednesday or Mondays, Sundays and Mondays, I like to just kind of sit back and be a voyeur, if you will, and just sit and watch the price action, see what's going on. So, but yeah, I can definitely show my chart here in a minute. We'll go through that. Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
We can
Okay.
what you got. Go through it all.
Right on. Back in. Let's go ahead and toss my chart up. We'll go through Euro Pound real quick, and then I'll kind of touch on the institutional positioning of last week, and we'll see what we got for this week. So,
So they go that magnet.
That's right. Yeah.
Pulling price
yeah. And this. Yeah. So we had a daily just starting. We had a daily candle here, last red candle down before the big up move. So when I went down to the 4-hour, just to remind everybody, I did have this 4-hour zone within the daily. So that's the confluence I love to see. And as you can see, it just touched it nicely and flew off to the races. So the other thing I loved about this setup is we did have this sideways chop action up here. So that's what I kind of referred to as the retail chop zone, right? That's where all the retail traders are buying and selling and getting reversed on. So I don't like getting chopped up any more than anybody else does. So I always want to try to buy under value or sell over value. So with the Euro pound obviously being the currency getting beat up, I took the other side of it from the Euro perspective because the Euro is now showing, Michael, 100% of recent reports have exceeded expectations. 100. And the pound is the worst one. Yeah, 100. So, and the Swiss franc too. So both of them are sitting at 100 right now. And the pound is sitting as the worst one at 38%. Oh, and the Aussie too. So the pound and the Aussie, they're both tied for 38%. So only 38% of their recent economic reports have exceeded expectations, and the other, I don't do math, but the other, what is that, 62% were negative, did not meet expectations and missed expectations. So just a little context on that. But yeah, the Euro pound, I mean, that was the top currency pair last week. I think it was kind of messing around the 6-7 level, 6 or 7, number, +6, +7, but it's now up to +9, and it's still currently the strongest currency pair.
So
insane. Yeah, when
we gotta jump on there all this week.
Yeah, it's still the top. Yeah, and then we got The only other two currency pairs I have on my bullish watch list are Euro Aussie dollar and then Euro US dollar. So that's it. And then the Euro pound is the strongest. The other two are sevens. As always, for anybody watching, I take all the economic data, GDP, PMI data, inflation reports, employment numbers, et cetera, et cetera. Give it all a point if it beat expectations. Take away a point if it did not meet expectations. Neutral if it met expectations right on the dot, or within like a very small number. So add it all together. 5 or higher is a bullish score. -5 or less is a bearish score. So just a little more context on that. I know we have one or two, few new people each time we do the stream. So, but yeah, right. Euro pound is still the top one. So I'm interested in buying the euro basically and selling the pound and then selling the Aussie. That's just kind of how everything shakes out. But yeah, anyway, just finishing up on this euro pound. So when I finally got into this trade, I got into it right here. So this was my 15-minute time frame. It hit the zone, kind of danced around, got a lot of wicks on both sides of the bodies of it, and then I finally had a body close at the top. So when that body closed, I looked for a breakout on the other side of that body. So I ended up getting in on this candle. Okay, so we went up, went down, went kind of sideways for a while. But then before the NFP data came out, which was right here, looks like, by that point I was up at least 1-to-1. So I had moved my stop loss to break even, or not, to just about this area. So a little higher than that to get my free cup of coffee. So by the time it was up here, though, it did, it went a little higher, and I thought, well, I'd be gambling, I'd be rolling the dice here. Do I want to close my trade before PMI? And I just couldn't bring myself to do it because it was still the strongest currency pair on my watch list. Like I said, at that time it was a +6, +7. And I just trusted the economics. I trusted the fundamentals. And well, yeah, sure enough, all that economic data came out for the PMI or for the NFP and everything. It was pretty negative for the U.S. It was not looking so good for the poor dollar. Yeah, you had the let's see here. NFP missed the mark by about 30,000 jobs. They were expecting 106,000 jobs. They only got 73,000. And the report, the previous period was revised all the way down to 14,000, by the way. So that one, what was that number? Yeah. So that number was 147,000, but it got revised all the way down to 14,000. Can you believe that?
Oh, man. Crazy. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was nuts. So that was negative for the dollar, no doubt. And then hour and a half later, you had the PMI data come out. They were the previous period was 49. Of course, 50 is the baseline, right? Anything under 50 is contraction. Anything over 50 is expansion. Well, they had 49 the previous period. They were expecting it to tick up to 49.5, but when it came out, it was only 48. So contraction even more. So
yeah, by 0.2%.
Yeah, so both of those reports favored the euro apparently because market took off. The dollar obviously dropped, but the euro jumped. So, Michael, I got in this trade as a long-term 4-hour demand zone buy, and by the time those reports came out, I turned into a scalp trader real quick.
Right? Really?
Oh yeah, because right here's where the NFP came out. I knew it was going to bounce up and kind of go crazy for a minute. So it bounced up, bounced down, and then it slowly started trekking its way up. And when we broke this high right here, which was the high point after 2 minutes after that release, I went ahead and I brought my stop loss up here to below this point, this little pivot point.
Right.
And then price went up. I think on this candle here, this is a 1 minute time frame, by the way. On this candle here, I ended up moving my stop loss right under here. Right? So basically, I just was manually trailing it all the way up.
Right.
And then I finally got out after I put my after I brought my stop loss up to here. So just under this little low before that big spike.
No, that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. It's worked it's been working just fine. Of course, this was an hour and a half of, time me sitting here watching it just break high after high after high. So, but yeah, I finally got stopped out here, and I think on this one it was like a I don't know, $236 profit on my GUI trades, but on my other broker, it ended up being a $2,140 winner. So,
Hey, you gotta love it. Gotta love
yeah,
it.
so
Well, if you
I
got
was
a
pretty
cover in
happy.
there, that's a great win. Anything over
Yeah,
$1,000 in a day, I'm good. You're set.
yeah, and that's what I love about the longer term trades. I mean,
Right.
it's just it's again, it's dependent on everybody's comfort level, but it's a less stressful way to trade. Let me tell you, a much less stressful way to trade.
Yeah.
Because like I always say, I might get one or two good setups a week, and that's it. But when I get that setup,
Mm-hmm.
I know it's an A setup because I know
Right.
I'm following the fundamentals. I know I'm following the sentiment, what the big banks are doing. So that's half the confidence right there, is just knowing I'm on the right side of the market
Right.
from where the big money's at. And then it's nothing more than, okay, where are the retail traders? Where are they trading? Where are they getting chopped up? Okay, well, that was more this area. Okay, where's the demand zone underneath that? Since I know this is an uptrend and favored as a bullish sentiment by the big banks and by the fundamentals. Okay, well, we
Mm-hmm.
got a demand zone down here. Okay, was that demand zone strong coming out? Yep. Could have been a little bit better of a fair value gap, to be quite honest with you, on that 4 hour candle out, but it just kept on going. So price
Right.
comes down, hits my zone. Look for that bullish candle. Okay, that's what it did on the 15-minute. Waited for price to kind of mess around sideways, and then I finally got a big bullish expanded candle close. Jump in and just, yeah, like I said, right when that NFP came out, I turned from a long-term 4 hour trader into a scalper real quick. So it's kind of the best of both worlds,
Right.
right?
Now you gotta love that. Seriously.
Yeah. And then, right about there, that whenever I finally closed out, I thought, okay, now I can finally go to sleep. Because I ended up watching it for about an hour and a half. And, normally not too long after our stream in the mornings, I'll go ahead and get my sleep out of the way. But so that one kept me up for a little bit, but that was okay.
That was
So yeah,
good.
that was
When you
that
hit
trade. That made my
like
whole,
that, who cares about sleep?
yeah, exactly. And it's Friday, and I wasn't worried about it.
Yeah.
I needed a little bit of sleep though, because
Right.
I had to cut my girl's grass after I got back up. So, but yeah, one trade made my week. That's all it takes sometimes, is just one trade. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, just
I
kind of
always look at
switching
it from
gears.
the point of view of, as long as you can hit like your certain amount, like not going crazy or doing too much. Like I honestly think as long as you can make like 1 to 2% a week, you're good to go. That's a cool 4 to 8% a month. You can pass challenges in a month or two, scale up
Yeah,
several times, depending on your account size and how many accounts you have. 8%, 4% is good. 5, 6, 7, 8, that's good. You're gonna have your
yeah,
months where you're 2%. You're gonna have your months where you're 10%. I mean, that's just how it goes. But just knowing what to expect, not overthinking it, not getting too. Oh, I'm trying to make 30% a month. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you're gonna be forcing trades trying to do that.
yeah.
So just finding that happy medium for sure.
That's exactly right. But yeah, just kind of looking at this week. I mean, this is really the currency strength meter right here. Like I say, we got the euro and the Swiss at a 100.
That's
Aussie
cool.
dollar and the pound are the two weakest. So any chance I get to sell the pound, sell the Aussie, I'm taking it. Any chance I get to buy the euro, buy the Swiss, I'm taking it.
Right.
Um,
So I wonder, like, what do I see on a Euro CHF pair this week to be able to buy that, the Euro Swiss? What would I need Euro Swiss to do this week to
it's
buy
kind
it?
of funny though.
Oh,
It's funny. It's funny though.
what's that?
So that's the strength meter, but on a currency pair like the euro Swiss, you would think that'd be a
Uh huh.
bullish. You'd think that'd be bullish, right?
Yeah,
Oh, you
that's what
said
I'm thinking
euro.
right now.
Oh, euro Swiss. Oh, I'm sorry. So euro Swiss is actually a -6 right now, and the reason that is because of the next subject I'd like to bring up. That's the COT data. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, this is where it gets kind of tricky, right? So yeah, euro
Mhm.
and the Swiss. when you're looking at the fundamentals, it's a neutral score for all of them because, like I says, they both beat all their expectations. So I should see zeros coming across the board. In fact, I'm just going to copy and paste that one specifically. That way it'll make a little more sense. Actually, let's do this. I just want to isolate just that one. Let's see here. Euro Swiss only. Okay, here we go. Now I can copy and paste just the Euro Swiss real quick, and this will make a little more sense.
Yeah, I'm curious because I see the longs and I see the shorts on Euro Swiss. So I'm wondering what should I be looking for?
Well, now that we know, I'm just going to delete that out of the way. But yeah, so if we show this, so obviously because both of those currencies are 100, that means we're going to have zeros, right? Because they both exceeded expectations. Now it's given a slight bump to the Swiss franc. It looks like for unemployment, but when it comes to the sentiment, the big banks favored the Swiss. So if I'm just off screen, I'm looking at my institutional positioning, the COT data, because as always, it updates Friday evening. So when it comes to the euro, they actually got rid of 0.43% of their longs. So not a huge number, but when it comes to the Swiss franc, they added 2.3% longs. So that's a pretty good number for the Swiss franc. So that's why I'm getting a score of -2 because it's favoring obviously the Swiss. The banks bought the Swiss, and then they sold just a tiny amount of the euro. So that favors Switzerland. Retail traders, just regular people trading on their laptop, trading on their home computer, they are net long this currency pair. So that's a contrarian signal, right? Seasonality favors the Swiss franc as well. And then the trend favors, it is obviously a downtrend. So this is where, as much as I love the fundamental reports, this is where I also have to factor in what the banks are doing, what the technicals are saying.
Gotcha.
So because of that, yeah, I would probably look. Now, I personally probably wouldn't be interested in selling it just because they are both so strong. It's literally now we're just leaving it up to, the trend and the season.
So I'll be honest. I want to show something. Show something. Back, if we can get my screen up here, I want to show what Euro Swiss looks like. Because I see both the long and the short, but I want to see the short, and I'm about to set this alert. While I'm doing it, might as well walk through it all. All right. Okay, cool. So funny enough, just look at this. This is what we was looking at last week.
Yep.
Right? So pretty much the same thing. I'll scoot this on over a little bit. I just want to see price come up here. Matter of fact, I'll delete this altogether and give me a little bit better drawing here. But yeah, I want to see something like this. We know this is outside the band already. So let me just see something like this and then drop to this lows here. All right. Let's see what this will look like. Bounce above here. Target these lows. Yeah, not bad at all. Risking $1, make $1.75. I'll take that. In fact, I'm about to put. I like to put my alert right at the 50. So I'll see what this looked like this week. And this is one of my setups. This is the M off the 200. Right.
Yeah, there's a better look with your trading method than there is mine right now because, I got an alert at 93.31 for a short, which ain't really that far away now that I see that, but
no, not really. 93.31. 93.31 is right here.
And that's not really that
at the
far.
top, at the highs.
Yeah, and that's if it gets up there. Otherwise, I'm not interested. But that's why I'm saying you're getting a better signal on your trading method right now than I am on mine, just because of the way the price action is. Yeah, which is why it's cool to have a few different ways. That's why I'm interested in getting a hold of your algorithm. That way I can, have another plan.
I'm trust me, I'm on the same page as you. Same page as you. We definitely gonna
Yeah.
get together and make something happen.
Yeah. It's good to
Right.
have a
Sign up
couple
for level 2.
different ways to get in.
Right. So cool. Yeah. This is gonna be a play for the week. I'm gonna keep an eye out on. I just always like to do stuff like this for one. Last week it was
Mhm.
the pound. This I want to see. I want to see something like this happen. I want to see something like this. And to be honest, I'm gonna make 2 of these alerts. I want to be
No.
alerted for sure.
Yeah, and you get let's see here. Yeah, Swiss franc. So yeah, and obviously, yeah, you'll definitely be paying close attention in the morning when we're back on stream then, because we got the CPI for the Swiss.
Yeah. If I could see this come up, because it's right now, if you can see, it's below the market baseline, so that's not good enough. It needs to come above it.
Right, right. Yeah,
Then
and
give
you'll
me
be
a
smooth
reload. So we'll
sailing.
see.
You'll be smooth sailing the
Yeah,
rest of
we'll
the
see.
week because Euro doesn't have anything major. And yeah, once you get that Swiss franc report in the morning, that's it. Right? You'll be able to see how
Nice.
price shakes
Yeah,
out from that and have all the info you need for the week.
yeah. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, I will be all over this trade this week. I just want to see
until
it,
we
see
get
it happen.
a crazy tweet, right? Then
Right.
everything changes.
Like, oh, it went all the way above here. I'm no longer interested in that setup, whatever that would
Yeah,
look like.
yeah,
But not-
that's great.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool.
Cool,
What
cool.
else you got like that? I'm curious.
Yeah, so yeah, no, just to finish the COT report. So here's what the biggest things that changed is the fact that they increased their Nikkei shares by 15.5%. So quite a big move for the Nikkei, and that's understandable because Nikkei is I went to the wrong chart. The Nikkei, let me go back to my top setups, is I gotta add everything back in. 1 second here. Click that off. Okay. So the Nikkei is the most bullish asset I have. It's a score of 9. So yeah,
Okay.
Nikkei plus 15%. When it comes to currencies, the highest currency that they increased longs on was the Swiss franc, which is definitely going to help your potential short sell there. 2.3%. And then they bought 2.14% New Zealand dollar. Aussie dollar was 1.14% gain. And then that's basically it. So yeah, your strongest buy was the Swissy, and then the Kiwi, and then the Aussie. Flipping on over to the bearish side, where they added shorts. Number 1 was the Dow. So they sold out of the Dow. That's minus 6.5%. 10-year Treasuries was actually pretty close behind, minus 3.25%. But when it comes to the currencies, the Japanese yen was minus 5%. And then the British pound, which is not surprising at all, was minus 3.3%. Canada dollar minus 2.15%, US dollar minus 1.85%. And I guarantee you that minus 1.85% was a heck of a lot. Probably most of that was Friday. Because up until NFP, the dollar was actually going really well. So I would almost venture to, obviously they probably knew some of these reports coming out in advance, but I could almost guarantee it was probably a net long on the dollar right up until that NFP, and then they get all that and then they sell out, right? So, yeah, that's kind of the story there. Gold minus 1.1%. So, yeah, that's basically it. Dow was the biggest seller. Japanese yen was the biggest currency seller.
You go over this stuff because it gives me like a little bit more the fundamental basis of what I'm seeing actually on the charts. I love
A
it.
free service out there is barchart.com for the COT report. Just in case you ever
Yeah, I
want
thought
to
they
check
had
out.
one of these on here too on TradingView. I don't really know exactly, but I'll
TradingView.
try to look
I
into
don't
it.
know. They
Yeah, but
could.
I thought they had a
They may.
COT report indicator too.
Okay. Yeah, it's quite possible. But anyway, yeah, just taking a look at a couple of these. So let's just take a look at the Nikkei. Oh, I don't even have an alert set on that one yet. Let's see. Are we back to? Oh, we're still on your chart. I'm sorry. For
Oh
gold.
yeah, we can hang on yours. We only got like 7 more minutes.
Holy cow! This hour flies, Michael. Yeah, we'll take a quick
Yeah.
peek at a couple of these, and I'll just only go for the most bullish, most bearish. Okay, so let's go to the Nikkei. There we go. There, get rid of all that. Yeah, Nikkei, obviously it's been trending up. We have that big pullback, just like all the indices on Friday. The common theme with a lot of this stuff is I just need to see how the rest of the day shakes out and most of tomorrow. Because we could still get quite a bit of whipsawing, as remnants of. Now, it's quiet right now just by looking at the VSA, but yeah, looking at some higher time frames. I mean, I have an alert set way down here at 38,590 on Nikkei. I still have this big retail zone over here, the retail chop zone. We did get the move up. Now I just need to see the move down under value. I'm not too interested in that little zone there. It's just a little too tiny for me. I need something like this. So, yeah, that's basically what I'd be looking at. Probably one of my top bullish setups. NASI is the other one. And you can see the power of PMI data. It just blitzed through this demand zone. It blitzed through this demand zone. It blitzed through this demand zone, right? So it just goes to show you how strong and forceful NFP can be at times. So, yeah, as far as the NASI goes, give me a drop down here to 22,500 level. I do have a nice, I think that's a 2-hour demand. Yeah, 2-hour demand zone candle. 2 or 1 hour, one of the two. But yeah, it's kind of have this little bit of a chop area here, just looking over a little bit further back. We had another one up top, but it's just blitzing through all this nonsense. Again, NASI is still giving me that score of a 6. So the COT data is working in its favor. The big banks did increase NASDAQ a little bit. Retail traders are still net short on this. Can you believe that? So that's a contrarian signal. Good seasonality, good GDP sentiment for the NASI. It's also got the retail sales in its favor, the CPI, the PPI, and the interest rates. So there's, that's, you add all that together, it's a 6. I mean, there's a few negative things, trend, manufacturing PMI, PCE year over year, and then the employment change. That's all going against the NASI, but the sentiment's really helping the NASI out. Because you got all the retailers that jumped on this thing short, right? So, so at some point they're going to get reversed on, and obviously the big banks. So give me a price to come down to this area, and I'll be interested. And buying. I'd like to, honestly, man, I'd love to get back into euro pound if at all possible, because again, it's still giving me that very bullish score of 9. So I actually did look on a smaller timeline, smaller time zone. I think on a 15 or 10. So here's what I see on this one at the moment. Got my master pattern, my contraction boxes. Price went up. Now I just need price to come down to collect these stop losses. So I found I'd like to see that drop down on this 10-minute zone. I don't need too deep of a retracement on this because it is giving me such a bullish score. As always, I miss a lot of trades just because I go for such huge discounts that they run off and leave me. Right? So when I have a very bullish score like that, that's where I'm a little more relaxed on the whole buying low on the curve, right? The Hungarian flag I always do because I'm interested because it has not gotten up to this high point yet, which is actually where I had my take profit for the trade I was in all week last week. So here's my supply zone on a 4-hour chart. I'm interested in riding price all the way up to that. Now, had this already touched the supply zone, I would not be interested in this zone because I would see that as being way stronger. That 4-hour supply zone is stronger than a 10-minute demand zone, right? And clearly, because you can see how far price dropped from there. So because it has not touched that zone, that's why I'm interested to get a price drop below these contraction boxes because there's liquidity down here. You can see my liquidity line coming out from here. collect unfilled orders in this 10-minute zone. Oh, by the way, you got a trend line going right through it. Hell yeah, I'll take that.
Right.
Take that trade every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's basically it. We're running out of time, but yeah, pound Swiss. This will be the last thing I show, and then we'll get a last word. Yeah, we got this 4-hour retail chop fest here. I do have a couple supply zones up in this area I've been watching all last couple weeks. So give me something like that there.
Right.
I'll take that. And now you're obviously looking on a smaller time frame, I think, but that's it, man. Sorry, I just hogged up the last 7 minutes. You got any any last thoughts?
No, you're totally fine. I got to jump back on here in a bit. I got the quiet session tomorrow. We're going to give you a break tonight. You deserve it.
Right on, man. That works. That works.
I'll see you early in the morning for the London Open.
That's right. Yeah, it'll be exciting to see what the that Swiss news does, which is again for everybody watching 1:30 a.m. Central. When Michael gets on, he'll have a plan formulated for his what was that, Euro Swiss short, or what was that?
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, Euro Swiss.
Euro Swiss short.
And he'll probably lead off the show with it, right?
Hey, I'm hoping so. Let that thing confirm. I'm gonna smash it.
Awesome, man.
TP
Oh,
smash.
cool, man. Well, that was a fun hour, man. We'll jump back on in the morning and we'll give her some more hell, okay?
Already. Guys, we'll be back on here in a few hours for the quiet market. You guys stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff given out for the week. So y'all stay tuned. Hola Prime. All right, awesome. Tiger. I'll see you in the morning when it open.
Adios.
Adios.
Hola Prime. Trade with transparency.